Okay, everybody, welcome to the 100 Black Men of Las Vegas Youth Economic Empowerment Club. Today's class, hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. So, welcome to the Youth Economic Empowerment class for high school students. I would like to introduce you today to the leaders of the class. First of all, we have our CFO from the 100 Black Men of Las Vegas, Mr. Daryl Rayford. Daryl, are you here? Okay, he'll be joining us momentarily. He's in the wrong class. He'll be switching over to this one momentarily. Also, we have today Ms. Vanessa Tanga. She is the Vice President at Wells Fargo Bank, and she is also a branch manager. Vanessa, please say hello.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for having me here today.
Okay, let me check on Mr. Rayford. Give me one moment and check on him, and then we'll be able to start class.
Well, Ms. Rhonda is checking on Mr. Rayford. Let me just say, if possible, if you're in a good location, please turn on your cameras. I would love to see your faces. I mean, I know it is 10 o'clock in the morning. Some of us got our bonnets on or whatnot. We ain't ready. But for those of you that can and want to join, please turn on your cameras. I would love to see your faces. Also, the other thing is, I want this to be interactive. Like I said, I know it's 10 o'clock in the morning, but I also don't want to feel like I'm talking to myself. So I definitely want to make sure that your mics are working and you guys going to talk back, and because it's going to be a very interactive learning lesson. Hey, Zion, how are you? Okay, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Who else can I see? So I have Luna there. All right, so I want to make sure that your mics are working. So as we're going through the presentation, I'll be asking you to assist in answering questions. So let's see. So can somebody say hello? I just want to hear some hellos.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Emberly.
Hello.
Hi, Emerald Green.
Good morning.
Good morning, Zaire.
Hello.
Hi, Luna. All right. Oh, I like the name. Somebody has Bubbles. Hi, Bubbles. Awesome. Awesome. And let's see, did Ms. Rhonda drop off? Okay. And let me just tell you what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to read you the little script here. And pretty much as far as this program, the hands-on banking program is an easy and enjoyable way to teach and learn essentials of financial education. The basics of bank services, the importance of savings, smart money management, using credit responsibly, investing, wealth building, and more. Whether it's opening a checking account, avoiding identity theft, paying for college, applying for a college credit card, or starting a small business, the hands-on banking program provides real life skills and knowledge everyone can use. Okay, with that, I'm gonna turn it over to Wendell. I see your hand is up. And uh-oh, it looks like you're still muted, Wendell. Let's see, can you? No, we can't hear you right now. There you go. Let's see. I still can't hear you. Okay, you know what? We could do our workaround. You could dial in so that way you could speak to us. We could try that as well. Let's see. And then I want to test something out as well. For those of you that are on a computer, for those of you that are on your computer, do you see where there's an option to raise your hand? I just want you all to try to test that out. Okay, good. I see some of you got it. Okay, good. Good. So once again, and then for those, see Kyle. So I believe, you know what, I've never really do it, but it's somewhere on your computer. And don't worry, you can always kind of just unmute yourself and speak to me as well. But I just wanted to give you another option. All right, you can put your hands down. And let's see, Wendell, are you on? It's the most interesting thing. Okay. And let me see if Ms. Rhonda wants us to go ahead and kind of get started. Mr. Reed, you're on, right? Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. No, I'm excited. I'm excited about this program, so I'm ready to get started. I want to share my screen. I'll do that shortly here. Okay. And then actually I see Mr. Dale Rayford is joining us. His audio is starting. And then I also see that Mr. Blaylock is also joining us by phone.
Okay, everyone. We are getting ready to start class. Our CFO, Mr. Daryl Rayford, has joined the call. Mr. Rayford, please introduce yourself, say hello to everyone, and you and Vanessa can take it away.
Oh, you're muted. Mr. Rayford.
Unmute yourself, Mr. Rayford.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new.
Okay, you're unmuted, but we can't hear you, Mr. Rayford, for some strange reason. We cannot hear you. But Vanessa, take it away. I have to go to the other class.
All right,
Vanessa, can you hear me, Vanessa?
Yes, yes, okay, I can.
Okay. All right, everybody. We've got a great session in store for us. I want you to ask a lot of questions. I am the CFO of the 100 Black Men, and Vanessa is kind enough to teach us some financial information, and I look forward to hearing what she has to say. And I'm going to chime in and help us along. So thank you very much. Happy New Year to everybody. And Vanessa, take it away.
All right. So I'm gonna move some things on my screens here. So don't mind if it looks like I'm not looking at you all. Mr. Rayford, I did tell the students, the wonderful students, that I know it's bright and early, but I definitely want the ones that can to, turn on their screens so we can see their beautiful faces. That would make me happy. I've also shared with the students that I want this to be very interactive, because I don't want to feel like I'm talking to myself. It's too early for that. And they've already practiced saying hello. Some of them practice putting their hands up for questions. So if you could look for that in case anybody raises their hands, because I'll be looking at the presentation quite a bit. Everyone, also want to introduce you all to Mr. Wendell Blaylock. He's a chapter advisor for the Black African American Employee Resource Network here at Wells Fargo Advisors. I'm going to give him a little bit of time just to introduce himself, so you all know who he is as well. And he's joining me as a Wells Fargo team member on this meeting. Go ahead, Mr. Blaylock.
So can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay, finally. So good morning. My name is Wendell Blaylock. I've worked with Wells Fargo as the Senior Social Impact and Sustainability Specialist for Nevada and Utah. I've been with the company for 32 years starting next year. I'm an Air Force veteran, also a resident of Las Vegas for over 30 years. My Bachelor of Science degree is from Baylor University. Master of Science degree is from the University of Texas at Arlington. And I have executive certification in strategic DE&I management from Georgetown University, where I was also an adjunct professor. So I'm excited to be here.
All right, welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Welcome, Mr. Blaylock.
Thank you.
All right, I am going to start the course here. And like I said, this is going to be very interactive. We'll have video, we'll have quizzes. You all are going to help me because I may not know all the answers, and you're going to be listening very carefully. So let me get it started. And if someone could give me a thumbs up once the video starts that you could hear it.
Vanessa, I cannot hear it.
No?
I cannot hear either.
Okay, let's see. Let me try it a different way. Give me one. Okay. I'm gonna try to play it again. I'm just checking with my volume. You're not able to hear? Okay. So guess what? What I'm going to do is, give me 1 second. I'm basically, so you won't see the video, so I'll be the one reading it to you. But basically what it's asking is, what's in your future? Does it include a car, a college education, maybe a new place to live? Will your job pay you enough? Will you save enough? Will you be able to borrow money and pay it back on time? How will money be a part of your future? Learning to manage money wisely will help you reach your financial goals. So basically in this class here, what we're gonna talk about is the first steps of exploring how money works, setting goals, creating money, a money toolkit that is, and learning how to use it. And then this training will show you how. So the first thing we're gonna do is asking, how much do you already know about money? On the left-hand side, you will see the words depreciate, direct deposit, and endorse. So don't worry, in this class, you will be learning about this, but we're also gonna have little quizzes beforehand just to see how much you know. So go ahead and turn on your audio. And this is the part where I said, I may need your help because I may not know all the answers. So on the left-hand side is pretty much like the word depreciate. So on the right-hand side, what phrase is more likely to mean depreciate? Is it your employer pays you electronically, to sign the back of a check, or go down in value? So when you think of the word depreciate, which of the three on the right-hand side would match it?
Go down in value.
All right.
Very good.
Very good. So that's where it would go. So then on the left-hand side, the second one is direct deposit. Which word phrase on the right-hand side would match it better?
Your employee pays you electronically.
Perfect. Awesome.
Very good. Very, very good.
And then on the left-hand side, endorse. What's left?
Sign the back of a check.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. So depreciating is like depreciating.
You're breaking up, Zion.
Okay, no worries. So depreciating is kind of like when you buy something like a car. A car depreciates in value over time. So the value of it goes down. Direct deposit is when you have your paycheck go directly into your checking account. And then endorsing is basically you're signing over. So you're signing the back of the check so you can put it into your account. Okay, we'll keep going down. Okay, so here we're saying Eric needs a plan. Eric just graduated and wants to find the best way to get started towards a successful financial future. He has 3 options. And I know all of you are thinking about what are you gonna do in the future? So basically, what's the best of 3 options? What's best for Eric? The first one is, don't waste time dreaming about things I probably can't focus on getting. Sorry, let me restart over. Don't waste time dreaming about things I probably can't have. Focus on getting a minimum wage job as quickly as possible. So that's option 1. He could just get a minimum wage job. Number 2, ask my friends about their goals and plans. It's a great way to get ideas and stay motivated. So the second option is asking other people. And lastly, think about exactly what I want for myself by when, write it down on paper, look back on my list, often, and updated. So those three options, what would be best when Eric is trying to create a plan? So once again, number one is get a minimum wage job. Don't waste time creating a plan or thinking about the future. Or two, asking other people what they think. Or number three, writing down a plan and looking and going back to it often.
Number three.
Third option.
All right, let's see what we get, and then I'll see if Mr. Rayford wants to weigh in on this. Yes, you guys did great.
Very, very good. Very, very good.
All right. So we have, and then now he says, why is it the best choice? Number one, writing your goals helps you see what's really important to you and where you focus your time and effort. Number two, setting a timeline guarantees good results. Number three, writing your goals does wonders for your penmanship. And number four, builds discipline. Once he writes his goals down on paper, he can never change them.
Number one.
Number one.
Any other ideas? Okay, let's try it. All right, you guys are a smart bunch. I guess you guys are awake, huh? Everybody drink their coffee? Okay. Choose your dreams. What do you want and when do you want them? So down below, you're able to see there's different goals there. So always be aware of what you want and what you want. So let's see, and when you want to have your goal done by. So you can see here, you could either want to pay for college education, buy clothes, buy a car, see the world. And then the time frame sometimes is by next month or by graduation, or sometimes it's a long goal of 4 to 10 years. Actually, this morning, just to let you know, I was thinking about my $1 million home that I plan to buy in the future. And I was just brainstorming, I was just there, just thinking about it. And I was telling myself, it's okay, I can wait 10 years for this $1 million home. But that is my goal, just sharing. Actually, let me just ask out there, Zion, what's one of your goals? If you would like to share.
I want to be able to have financial freedom in the future. Definitely, I want to be able to, basically, have a house and be able to provide for my family. That's it. If I have one.
That was a little, I couldn't hear you too well. Mr. Rayford, did you get a chance to hear?
Yeah, it was a little choppy, but I think he said, I want financial freedom. Is Zion correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he wants financial freedom. So I think that's a fantastic goal.
I think so too.
One of the things that in this session, we want you to understand how money works. So when you say you want financial freedom, what does that really mean? You want money coming in on a regular basis, but you have to ask yourself, where is that money going to come in from? One of the things I encourage you all to do is talk to your parents and talk to your friends. There's no bad statement, because if you say something incorrectly, look it up or ask somebody in this session and we'll inform you. So knowledge is great. So Zion, I applaud you for being wanting to have financial freedom, but we got to understand where that money is going to come from. Anybody else? No? Okay.
All right. I was about to ask Bubbles. Bubbles, you're smiling there.
One of my goals is to graduate from college.
Awesome. Good deal.
Well, let me ask you, do you have a plan to go to college?
Yes.
Okay, and do you want to share that plan?
I want to go to school for nursing.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What college are you targeting?
Southern University.
Pardon me?
Southern University.
Southern University? Oh, very good. Where is that at?
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay. Now, one of the things that I always tell students is this country gives us a lot of opportunity. So one of the things that you may want to look into is going to a junior college, which may be less expensive, and transfer those credits over to Southern University. My son went to University of Minnesota, but he went to a junior college, transferred him into University of Minnesota, and it was less expensive for my wife and I. So when he graduated, he had no debt. So just think about things like that. It's called leveraging. Very good.
I sure wish I would have leveraged on that.
Pardon me?
I sure wish I would have leveraged like that as well. I went to the University of Missouri, Columbia, so Mizzou. So I definitely had to take some student loans, and you know, and it's a lot of money. I'll tell you that much. So yeah, I believe that's a great idea to definitely you know, think about doing a junior college for 2 years and then going to another school. So for some people that's a great option, and some people they go straight into college like I did as well. But so just know there's always options. All right, we'll keep going here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're still in the quizzes. So let's see, I still need your help because like I said, I may not have all the answers. It says, if you want to be successful with money, you need to understand where money comes from and how it works. Take this quiz to teach yourself the basics. So the first question is, money is a way to store, measure, and exchange coins, products, value, or fun. Any takers here? Money is a way to store, measure, and exchange coins, products, value, or fun.
I say coins and value.
Coins and value, I like that. Any other ideas?
I'd say products and value.
Products and value? Okay, I'm gonna keep going because I know the next part of this, when we go into the money toolkit, there's a lot of information there for us. So I'll tell you this, I did this earlier and I was like, okay, products. And so I tried that and this is what happened. It told me I was incorrect. I said, well, it's products. Then I said, take the test again. And then I was like, okay, maybe they want coins. And then it's like, no. So then, and I'm gonna take the test again. I'm glad both of you said value because the answer is value because you use money to exchange, store, value, something that's worth something. So if somebody has one shoe and they want $2 for it, well, what are you gonna do with one shoe? So to other people, it may not be valuable, so there won't be an exchange. So a person has to view the item as valuable. Number 2, in the United States, money is printed by, select the answer below. Who prints money? The Department of Treasury, copy machines, Department of Commerce, or Internal Revenue Service? I'll let you know. Department of Treasury prints money. We'll keep going. Whenever one person or group spends money, another person or group saves the exact same amount, gets super jealous, spends the exact same amount, or gains money. So whenever a person or group spends money, what happens to on the other side?
Saves the exact amount, I think.
Let's try it. We're gonna try it again. Oh, you know why? Because it says, if I spend money and I give it to you, What are you spending the same amount of money, or are you getting this? Are you getting money?
You're gaining money.
Okay, let's try that one. Ding, 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 ding. We got it. Okay, question 4. If you deposit money at a financial institution, such as a bank, they'll often reward you by adding a small amount of extra money called, is it a premium, a bonus, interest, or funny money?
Interest.
Interest.
Awesome. $1 in your hand today is worth more money than $1 you'll receive in the future, because nobody can predict what tomorrow will bring. Money usually declines in value over time. You can invest the $1 you have today and earn interest over time, or if you spend it today, you get to enjoy it right away. So why is $1 in your hand today more valuable than money you'll receive in the future?
Actually, the third option.
Declines in value over time, so the second option.
Okay, so someone says money usually declines in value over time. Let's see. It wants another one, so let's try the second. The other one was, you can invest the $1 you have in hand today and earn interest on it over time. So this is the correct answer, because it's pretty much saying, having money in your hand today, you can invest it and it can actually grow. So somebody promises you $10 in 20 years, that may not be helpful to you today. All right, and then I think this is our last question here. So on the left-hand side, we have some terms, and then on the right-hand side, we have some phrases that will match it. And I'm going to, just so we get past this, I'm gonna go a little faster, but so on the left-hand side, we have inflation, liability, assets, depreciate, and appreciate. So for inflation, on the right-hand side, for those of you that can see the options, which one do you think it is? You would just say 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5.
The third.
So increase in general price of goods and services, yes. And then for liability, which one on the right-hand side would it be?
The first option.
Anything of value owned by a person or company. Nope, that's not it, not for that one. So liability.
The second option.
Money or an individual or business owes to someone else. And let me just look at the other things. Yes. Okay. And assets. What would assets be?
Number 1.
The first option.
Yes. Absolutely. And depreciate?
The fourth option.
Yep. And appreciate?
The last option.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, and just so you guys know, this is supposed to be, I'm supposed to be able to move this here, and it's supposed to work, but it has not been working for me. So that's just the little issue that I have. So that's why I haven't moved anything. So let me keep going. All right, so now we're gonna get into your money toolkit. And this is gonna be the fun part. Since the videos are not working, guess what? I get to read it all.
Yay!
Awesome. So money management is easy if you have the right tools for the job. And the best place to get these tools is at a financial institution like a bank. Exactly, millions of Americans use banks, and millions of Americans use banks, and chances are any successful person or business you can think of has a relationship with a bank. The fact is, banks offer safe and secure services that can help you save time and money and build a strong financial future. Depending on where you live, you'll probably have a number of banks, savings and loans, or credit unions to choose from. So think long-term relationships and shop around for the right financial institution that meets your needs. All right, so here we're starting to get into the meat of the bones. And I'm telling you all, I was really excited about this presentation because you're gonna learn so much. And I know we have like 20 minutes or so, but it's gonna be so good. So the benefits of using a bank, number one is just the safety of it. As many of you know, you don't want to walk around with $2,000 in your pocket. So it's safe to have your money in an institution where you have like your debit card, credit card, you can write checks off of it. So, and then also if you put $2,000 under your pillowcase and then the house burns down, you could lose your money. Convenience, like I said, you don't want to walk around with lots of money in your pockets. So with using a bank, you could just have a debit card. You could shop online, as many people love to do. I don't really shop online, but other people do. It makes it easy, so that way you can interact with other people and, you know, pay bills. And then also, it saves you money. Many people who don't have bank accounts use check cashing stores instead. Most of these stores charge very high fees, and you can usually save a lot by using a bank. Do many of you you guys have a bank account yet? Anybody start a bank account already?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old are you? Those of you who said yes, how old are you?
16.
16, 17? Very good, very good. I started my granddaughter, who's the oldest of my grandchildren. She's 15, and I started a bank account for her so she understands how money works. And I started her out with $100. And she used it for, you know, and she had a little debit card, and she used it for stuff in school, so forth and so on. And she called me up and said, "Hey, Grandpa, I'm running low on money." I said, "Well, did you do anything to earn any more money?" And she said, "Huh?" You know, when you say huh, that's usually not the right answer. So I said, "Have you worked it out with your mom to do some chores around the house? Because all you got to do is do some chores around the house and help your mom out, and I'll put more money in the account." So me and the mom and her, we sat and chit-chatted about how she could earn money. And the mom tells me what she's doing to earn the money, and we put money in the account. That's it.
All right. So
why is it only girls in here?
Pardon me?
Oh, I think somebody was off mute. No worries. Thank you for
No.
sharing that, Mr. Rayford. And as he was saying, so we have savings and checking accounts. So a saving account is a safe place to put money aside for future goals or unexpected expenses. There are several kinds of accounts that can be used for savings, including a regular savings, a money market account, certificate of deposit, or CDs. What is interest? Interest, when you put your money into a savings account, the bank rewards you by adding a small amount of extra money to the account called interest on a regular schedule. As a result, your money grows. The amount of interest you earn will depend on which account you choose and the amount of money you keep in the account over time. And Mr. Blaylock, when I get done with this, I'll ask you to maybe share a little bit with the kids about, you know, checking savings. Just letting you know. What is a checking account? A convenient tool for managing your money day to day. An account that allows you to put checks or cash in, called making a deposit, or take money out, called making a withdrawal. It allows you to get cash when you need it and pay for things in other ways than using cash, like writing checks or using debit cards. Different financial institutions offer a variety of checking accounts with different features and benefits and fees. Shop around for the checking account that best suits your needs. And what is a check? A safe and convenient way to pay for things is from a checking account. And checks are a paper form that people use to transfer money from one place to another. Okay, I'll tell you this. One great thing about this training is you're gonna learn about things that people used to use a lot of, and we're now moving away. So a check, you've probably heard of a checkbook. Your parents used to have a checkbook and they would write a check. And some people still do for bills. and they put it in an envelope and put a stamp on the envelope and then actually mail it. So that's what that checkbook is all about. Most people now just go online and use their debit cards. Mr. Blaylock, anything you want to share there?
So I will say that my parents took me to open a savings account with their bank when I was either 15 or 16 years old. And that started my savings. And with that savings account, when I got to college, we were able to open a checking account. So I used my savings and my checking account while I was in college. And when I went to graduate school, I was able to go to the same institution and get a loan to pay for graduate school. And I still have those accounts today.
Very good.
Wow. You know what? Actually, I just thought about it. I still have this, I'm still with the same bank. The bank changed names, but since college, the account where I first opened my accounts, the bank where I opened my accounts is where I still am. Yeah, very interesting. All right, so more tools. So ATM, I think you all know where ATM machine is. You go in there, you put your little card in, and magically money comes out, right? Okay, look, the money only comes out if you put it in. So if there's no money, it doesn't matter what card you put in there. Online banking. Online banking is a paperless way to handle banking activities with your personal computer using the internet. So, you know, the online banking you could do on your phone as well these days. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, online is with your computer, and here it goes. Mobile banking gives you the convenience of using your mobile device. Okay, they're differentiated. And then overdraft protection is offered by many banks. Overdraft protection is a service that automatically transfers money from your linked accounts So basically what it is if you have a checking account and then also a savings account and they're linked together, if you ever take too much money out of your checking account and you're at zero or you're at negative, what the bank will do is they'll go into your savings account and pull the money out to cover those purchases. So it's always good to, and that's one reason why a lot of times people will bank at one place, because you could put you could link the two accounts, and if you overspend, then you at least know you have a little cushion from your savings account. But honestly, a lot of times you don't want to take money out of your savings account at all. And you want to make sure you're balancing your checkbook well. Okay, let's go on to the next Vanessa video. Okay, so there's a big secret about using money management tools. There is no big secret. I mean, all it takes is a little adding and subtracting and some focus on keeping good track of the money you got. I agree. Once I opened my own savings and checking account, I found it really easy to use them. The only trick is to make sure you don't spend more than you have. If you do, you'll really have to pay for it, believe me. Absolutely, that's why we have the whole section called Keep Track. We'll show you how to open your bank accounts and how to start using them. Yeah, this is the part I was saying was really exciting. So how to open a savings and checking account. So typically you go to the bank with your parent or a legal guardian, and then you'll have to have form of ID. So then here, so once you open your account, you have to deposit some money. And here is where it shows you what a deposit slip is. Now, I swear, when I came in here, I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen one of these in like a few years. Because honestly now, you just take a picture of your checks, and this is what the checks look like now. So typically with mobile banking, you could take a picture of the front of your check and the back of your check, and then you're able to deposit the money over mobile. But this is what a deposit slip looks like. Back in the day when you'd go into the bank with your check in hand or cash and you wanted to give it to the teller. And I think it's really nice that you guys get to see this, because it may disappear one day. But this is what a deposit slip looks like and parts of a check. And just so you'll see here, there we go. So you'll see that we have the date on the check, your name and address here. In the middle there, it's asking who are you paying this check to. Then you put in the dollar amount here in numbers, and then you put the dollar amount here in words. Here, you're able to put a note for yourself. And just so you know, these do work. I'm not using it. And then here's where you would sign your name. So date, who, how much, written in both ways in case you made a mistake, note, and you sign off on it. So that's what a check looks like when you're writing out checks. And when you open an account, you would typically ask for a checkbook, so you can write checks. Endorsing a check, so when you receive a check, on the back of the check, you would sign your name. And typically you can also put in for deposit only. That way they understand that you're depositing it into your account. All right, this is the fun ones. Most people are using debit cards now. So in the debit card, what we have is we have the account number. Then we have the date of issue and the expiration date. And what's the PIN? And just the, like whatever logo is on the card. Typically in the back of the card, you also have a special PIN number here. Do any of you ever order online? Have you guys used a credit card to order? Yeah? Okay. So you all know you got to have all of these numbers, right? Or I'm sorry, have you taken your parents' card and ordered online, as my daughter does for me? How to use an ATM, let's see. So when you get a debit card, so this debit card is going to be attached to your checking account. So remember, you have to put money into the account in order to take money out of the account, right? So you typically ask for a checkbook, and then you also ask for a debit card. You create a PIN. So that's your own secret number, 4 digits, so you can use it at any ATM. You always want to stay alert and aware when you're using the ATM, so you could be safe. Know your surroundings. You would follow the directions on the screen of the ATM, just because each ATM could differ. Be aware of fees. So I'll tell you this, if you bank at one bank, so I work for Wells Fargo. So if you bank at Wells Fargo and then you go use another bank's ATM, they typically will charge you. They'll say, this is not one of our cards. So we need to charge you like $3. Like recently I used the ATM and they wanted like $4.95. So if I'm taking $100 and they want almost $5, that's a lot of money. So you want to be careful. You want to know your balance, because some ATMs will allow you to take money out even though you don't have enough. I'll tell you, I'm gonna talk about my daughter with you guys over the weeks, but she's 22, right? And she has an account that is attached to mine, and they would let her go negative. So I called the bank one day and I'm like, why are you letting my daughter go negative? Because it's scaring me, because I keep thinking they're gonna pull money out of my account, but she assured me no. They said, well, you've been such a faithful and loyal customer. We gave her the same opportunity as you, where if you were a little negative, we're not worried about it because we know you'll put the money back in. Well, I told them, I said, if she's negative, don't let her go underneath, even more negative. So I had to take that ability away from her card. Of course, I left it on my own. And then record your transactions. You want to make sure you know how much money you have. I'm using an ATM to make deposits on your savings account. Hopefully, so this is what the ATM looks like. I'm going to go through this a little quick. But basically, you would put your PIN number in. You would select deposit, because you hear it says get cash, deposit, or transfer. You would tell where, deposit where, into your checking or savings. Then you put in how much money. And then you would put, it says deposit envelope. It's so cute. So yeah, nowadays, you don't even need an envelope anymore. You can just put the cash into the machine. Wendell, isn't this funny? I have to like reach out to Wells Fargo and say, okay, look, we gotta change the training. But what I do appreciate about this is it allows you all to know about how much change has happened in the industry and the banking world. because things are changing quickly all the time. And then you will select no for cash back. Would you like cash back? No. And select another transaction. So the good thing is just basically read the screens that you have in front of you. Now, keeping track of your money. I'm gonna go forward just because I saw this earlier. Basically, what you wanna do is you wanna save your receipts. So that way, you number one, if there's any transaction that you didn't do, you can say, hey, the receipt that I have says this amount, why did you charge me more? You wanna record your transactions. If you, number one, nowadays, online banking and such, a lot of times you'll see it already listed. Some people back in the day, they would also track it themselves. So you have options on how you wanna record. You wanna avoid overspending. Because like I said, if you go negative, then a lot of times your bank account, your banks will also charge you for going negative and staying negative. So you don't wanna overspend and take more money than you have. You wanna review your statements. So each month you'll get an online statement or a paper statement. You wanna make sure that you're looking at it to make sure that all the charges that occurred really did occur. Because actually sometimes I don't look at my statements, and then when I do, I'll look at things and I'm like, I didn't buy anything from Etsy. I didn't buy anything from, what's the other website my daughter buys things from? So she goes into different websites and buys things, and I'm like, this was not me. Actually, recently I had to tell her, take my credit card off of your Pilates classes, because they charge me whenever you go negative. So no. So this is a way of tracking. Back in the day, people used to have like a register. So in your checkbook, you had the ability of kind of writing down the checks you wrote. And that was because when you're writing a check, it's not like when you're using a debit card and it's just being tracked. So people had to write it down when they're writing checks. So isn't this cute? It's just so funny how things have changed. And then here is a bank account statement. So it tells you all the pieces of it, but basically you want to make sure you look through your statement if you don't understand it, especially like even now for those of you that have a bank statement, definitely connect with your parents and have them go over it. Another thing too is, I bet you many banks you can go there and you could talk to a banker. So for example, at Wells Fargo, we have premier bankers. If you want to, you can set an appointment and they'll walk you through some of these things. That's one thing too. I'm actually glad I thought about that. Yeah, you could, if your parents can't do it, come into the bank, we'll help you. Here is basically, like I said, in the past, a lot of people had to write down a lot of they did a lot of it on tracking. Now go onto your mobile banking, and then you can see a lot of this being tracked for you. The most important thing is for you to make sure that those transactions are accurate. Okay, managing your account, like I said, keep track of your transactions, know your available balance, so that way you don't, the other thing too is you don't want to be embarrassed. You know, you go out with your friends, you guys are going to the movies, everybody's buying their ticket, you get up there and they're like, there's no money. And then you like kind of looking around and you like trying to figure out what you're going to do next, ask a friend. You don't want to put yourself in that position. What happens if you spend beyond your available balance? Like I said, your card will be declined. They may take money from your savings account and move it over. You may go into overdraft and have to pay a fee. And I'll tell you this, back in the day, the fee was like $35. Recently, they brought it down to about 10, at least at my bank. But if let's just say you got 3 checks to bounce, you know, 10, 10, 10, 30 bucks, that's a lot of money. All right, knowledge check. We're gonna whiz through this because you guys know it all now, right? What does available balance mean? I'm gonna let you guys just yell it out instead of me reading them through.
How much money you have that you can use?
Okay. Okay, I think this is it. Good deal. What is the best way to avoid spending more money than you have in your account?
Number 4.
Okay. Oops, I selected the wrong one. No. Beautiful. Look at y'all. 3, what is one possible outcome of making a purchase with my debit card that totals totals more than I have in my checking account. So what happens if you spend more money than you have in your card?
The bank may decline the transaction.
Absolutely. Oops. And what is an overdraft?
Number 3.
When I don't have enough money in my account to pay for the transaction. What is the benefit of overdraft protection?
Number
and I'm
2.
going to go ahead and close it. Actually, this one is going to be the third one, and I think I may have breezed through it, and it's just important that I don't. So when you have a checking account, you can get overdraft protection by having a savings account and telling them that it's okay for them to take the money out of the savings account to cover anything in checking. So it is something that's called overdraft protection, and you do have to agree to it. So it doesn't just happen automatically. You can have a savings account and a checking account that don't link up. And if they don't link up, you don't have protection. So you want to ask for that protection. I just want to make sure I really clarify that. Mackenzie came to buy shoes, but sees a big TV on sale, and it ends today. She has her checkbook, but she's not sure what her balance is. Look at Mackenzie's thinking and then choose the best answer. So she sees there's a big sale on a TV, but she came to buy shoes, and she doesn't know if she has enough money. What should she do?
The second one?
Yes. Oh, well. Yeah, okay. Nope, it says no. So, oh, did I select everything? Hold on. Oh, nope, it says.
Then she should pay with a check.
It says, so the right answer is, I am going to shop around some more. That's a little interesting. She's gonna go shop around some more. So basically she's not making that purchase. Okay, stay safe. I'm sure you guys have seen and been hearing a lot about this, but basically at home and online, make sure you shred any financial documents. So be careful throwing away your bank statements. Don't send personal financial information via email. Use only one low limit credit card for online purchases so that no one hacks you and uses your credit card information. After a web transaction, close down your browser ASAP. Turn off your computer when you're not using it versus sleep mode. So that way people don't just open it and see your information. And regularly update your firewall, virus protection, and spyware, and never click on any email hyperlinks from sources you don't know. And then just be careful, because sometimes you'll get an urgent email. It'll say something like, hey, there's something that's happening to your account. Click here and give us your passcode so you can log in. Don't do it. Don't do it. And this is pretty much what it's talking about. I'm just gonna keep going. So then I could give the call over to Mr. Rayford, because I know we're at the top of the hour here. We have six assessment questions, Mr. Rayford, but I want to be respectful of, everyone's time. Should we kind of breeze through that, or should I have a smart group here. I think we're good. But what would you like for us to do? Would you like to end?
Go through the assessment questions, and then between me, you, and Mr. Blaylock, we can ask the students some questions, and then we'll just let them go.
Okay, sounds good. All right, this is it, y'all. We're at the final exam. Y'all ready? And then look, after this, you can have your Saturday back. All right, but you got to get it all right. No. Number one of the best ways to determine what really is important to you and where you want to focus your time and effort is to?
I think it's the fourth
option.
Which option?
Number 4.
Number 4.
Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Number 2, which 3 terms mean a decrease in purchasing power of the dollar to increase in value and the opposite of liability.
Number 1.
Okay. Okay, so decrease in purchasing power, let's see. Oh no, it wanted, so decrease in purchasing power is inflation.
The third one.
Increase in value is appreciation, and the opposite of liability is assets. And who knows, maybe I heard wrong. I do apologize if I did. Okay, what is a CD? I don't know if I even went over it, but what is a CD?
The statement?
Certificate of deposit.
Certificate of deposit.
Yes, it is. And what type of, what is it in comparison to those 4 items listed there? What would it closely align to?
The fourth one.
So basically a CD is something that carries value. It's like a savings account. So a CD typically it's a short-term investment. You put money in there, and then after that, a certain amount of time, you could take that same amount of money out. So it's kind of like a savings account. And then monthly statement is just basically the report that you get that tells you what your balances are. So that's where the differences are there. All right, which 3 items are benefits of online banking? Oh, wow, that's a lot. So I'll try to help. Can check status of transactions at any time, automatic transfers, because I'm on paper, that's true. Improves your computer skills, helps you spend more efficiently, allows you to customize. Does anybody think the second one is a part of it? Helps you customize your checks? I'm gonna skip that for right now. Can check account balances at any time, improves your credit rating. Automatic transfers can help you keep track of online banking. That sounds pretty good. And eliminates the need for overdraft protection, increases the interest you earn, and actually irons your shirts.
Too funny.
Yeah, let's see. I think, which of the 3? Oh, well, I think the first one is the closest, right? Yeah. All right, we got 2 more. Now I'm gonna need your help. The basic idea of reconciling your accounts each month is to compare what 2 things? So reconciling is kind of like tracking your money.
Would it be the first one?
Let's see. Nope, see, account statements and transaction register. It's pretty close because I see what you're saying, because in your statements, it has your account balances based on the transactions that you're using for your checks. But what they're looking for here is that reconciling it allows you to look at your account statements and then compare that statement with the transaction register. One thing I said earlier is because we're in our new world, a lot of this stuff is online, so you get to see on your statements the dollar amount. So for us, yes, a lot of times we're gonna just be looking at your online statements, and then you won't be using a lot of checks. You'll be using your debit cards more. And let's see, what is the best way to avoid fraud?
The last one.
4th option.
Yay! See, you guys did better than when I'm answering. See, I told you I may need your help. So with that, let's stop sharing and talk to Mr. Rayford. And you all, I just want to say it's been a pleasure. You guys did awesome. I really appreciate you talking back and sharing, because like I said, I didn't want to feel like I was talking to myself, and you guys have definitely welcomed me and took good care of me today. Thank you.
Well, you are a joy to have. You delivered the material, and I enjoyed listening to you. So very good. Let's give Ms. Vanessa a round of applause.
Great.
Thank you.
And one more thing we need to do. Yeah, hi everybody, I'm back. One thing I forgot to do earlier is I forgot to take attendance. So when you hear your name, please say here, okay? Amir Wilbert.
Here.
All right. Ayana Jackson. Angel Flores. Chase Bivens. Kristen Agalante.
Here.
Okay. Canel Monsteller. Corey Stevenson. Devon Hunter. Darius Reed.
I'm here.
Devon Green. Donovan Washington. Elijah Eckler.
Here.
Emberly Cross.
Here.
Emerald Green.
Here.
Urena Washington. Yamar Samuel. Giselle Childs. Jaden Beals. Jaden Allen. Jalen Leah. Jaden Yarber. Jamal Barron. Joseph Charlie. Joy Marina. Justice Harris. Caden Leah. Carson Ball. Kalana Allen. Kenya Seltzer.
I'm here. It's Kaylani.
Kalani. Okay, Kalani Allen is here. Great. Kenya Seltzer. Kyle Jacob.
Here. Here.
Leah Lopez Jackson. Leah Jackson. Lorenzo Jackson Jr. Luna Lopez Martinez.
Here.
Marcus Diaz. Marilyn Terrell. Nasir Parker. Nael Parker. Octavia Green. Russell Whitmore. Sanai Brimmer. Sanji Bunch.
I'm here. It's Sanai.
Sanai? Okay, Bunch. Okay, great. Thank you. Savannah Newell. Samir Hood. Sydney Harris. Treasure Payton.
Here.
Zaire. The treasurer's here? Great. Zaire Macklin.
Here.
And Zion Robinson. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. Mr. Rayford?
Zion was here.
He was? Okay.
Yeah, he was here.
Oh, he was there? Okay, great.
Yeah. So I want to thank everybody for coming here on this Saturday morning. But one of the things I want to make sure you do is talk to your parents, talk to your friends. And one of the things that Ms. Vanessa had articulated was we talked about a checking account and a savings account. But one of the things I want you to get out of it is how money works. And money works with interest. So pay attention to the interest you are earning on your money. One of the things that we don't understand is wealth is derived by sacrifice. Sacrifice. Do I need the $350 Jordans versus a pair of $80 sneakers? Your parents sacrificed by working. People sacrifice by saving. So understand, if you want to accumulate wealth, Zion said, I want to be independently wealthy. Well, in order to gain that wealth, you got to make sacrifice. So talk to your parents, talk to your friends, and I look forward to seeing you in the next few Saturdays. Ms. Vanessa, Mr. Blaylock?
Yes, so for next week and every week, for those of you that can, I know sometimes it's really tough, but we would love to see your beautiful faces. So be ready to smile at us next week. And, you know, whether it's me or Mr. Blaylock or somebody on my team, we here at Wells Fargo Advisors will be here every Saturday to help you learn more about banking and investing, money, and everything of that nature. So be ready to just have fun for the next few weeks.
Yep. And I'd like to say thank you for including us in your training today. So it's been very helpful for me. And as Dr. Rayford said, please reach out to your parents if you have additional questions as well.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Blaylock, Ms. Vanessa, or myself? Well, Rhonda, you can sign us off.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We will see you next Saturday. Same bad place, same bad time. Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.